Alright, so I thought I'd take a minute to explain the reasoning behind my choice and using a flipped model for this year. Now, for those of you that haven't heard that term of a flipped classroom, it's a model that's been around for a while now. And the basic concept is that instead of having direct instruction in the classroom, students get the direct instruction online by watching videos. Because if you think about a traditional math class, you would have the instruction happening during class, then students would go home and do their homework. But some problems that come up with that is that some students, when they go to do their homework, maybe it's been about 6-7 hours since they had that particular class, and they forget some of the content, and so then they struggle. And then the one time that you wish your teacher was around to answer your questions, they're not around. And then the parents oftentimes aren't able to help, and then they're going out and spending money on tutoring to get the students that special one-on-one attention. Now, in the past, I haven't used this model, even though I've always had videos for all my math lessons. I've always done that for students to be able to access if they did struggle to kind of review, or if they were absent to be able to have access to the lesson still. But the reason why I've never used this model in the past is, as a teacher, I really enjoy getting to see students' reactions, because then as I'm teaching, I can modify how I'm presenting the lesson. Like if I see that some students just aren't engaged, I can address those students kind of individually. I can amp up my energy. Maybe if I see some confused looks, I can see that, okay, something's not right here, and I can adjust the way that I'm explaining things just to make sure that I can try to get their understanding. But with the videos, you don't get that opportunity. So that's one of the things that I really don't like about the flipped model. So when I was thinking about, though, this year, how to best reach all my students, it's really the only thing that I could come up with to be able to make sure that I get to all the students. Because if you think about it, on any given day, between those students that are doing AVA, so the Edina Virtual Academy, and those that are hybrid online, I'm only seeing face-to-face 35% of my students on any given day. So there's a lot of students that I'm not going to get to have that face-to-face interaction with. And there's going to be some questions, I'm sure, as we go through the year. So that's why I decided to do the flipped model. So what students will be doing is they will always be watching the videos for the lesson at home. And when they come to class, we will do a review, and then we'll have the rest of the time for students to be able to work on their assignment in the classroom. So then that way, I am going to be here face-to-face for some of those students to be able to answer their questions. And I'll also have opportunities for that online for those that are AVA students or the hybrid online students. And even still, those students that are hybrid online, the days that they do come to class, there'll be that opportunity then individually where I can go back and work with some of those students to answer their individual questions. Now, for those students that are AVA students, those are the ones that I'm most concerned about, because I'm not going to have that opportunity to meet with them face-to-face. So that's why using my office hours and having that communication between us is going to be really, really important. So I hope that those students that are AVA students, that they reach out to me, and I will do the best that I can to also reach out to them if I see them struggling. But it's going to be really important, if your child is doing AVA, that they communicate anytime that they're having any struggles. And they also utilize the class time that they have, because that's going to be their attendance-based assignment every day, is to log in and be a part of the classroom experience and be a part of the communication, and when we do the review and I do the warm-up activity, so that way they can ensure that they can be successful. So I hope that answers any questions that you may have or any concerns that you might have about this whole flipped model. But like I said, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me.